Hi, I'm Danny Wass. And this is Whiplash. Andrew Neiman, we'll call him Neiman from now on, is a meek young man passionate for drumming. He spends his free time with his dad at the movies and awkwardly asking out girls. He's a happy-go-lucky 19-year-old. Then worlds collide. If you've seen this movie before, you know that Terence Fletcher is the tyrannical teacher that will stop at nothing to find his next so-called Charlie Parker through rather intense means, ranging from verbal abuse,
and why the fuck didn't you say so?
To physical assault,
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
and eventually to the implication of something even worse.
Does the name Sean Casey mean anything to you? Last month he hanged himself in his apartment.
Throughout the entire movie, Neiman proclaims he wants to be one of the best drummers ever.
Because I want to be great. I want to be one of the greats.
And to achieve this goal, we see Fletcher's abusive methods be put to the test on Neiman.
I'm upset. Louder! I'm upset. Louder! I'm upset!
The first example in which Neiman fails is hard to catch, and it's almost my personal headcanon. When Neiman is first recruited to studio band, Fletcher tells him,
Room B16 tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Don't be late.
Obviously, this is 3 hours before the actual class time. Instead of Neiman doing what I think Fletcher wanted him to do, which is practice on the set before anyone gets there, Neiman just sits there for 3 hours. It's an early warning sign that Neiman might not have what it takes to be what Fletcher wants him to be. By the end of the first studio band scene, we get to see Fletcher's wrath and a genius exploitation. It's basically the scene of the movie, so I won't go over it here. If you know, you know. As the story progresses, we see innocent Neiman transform into, well, the next Charlie Parker due to Fletcher. My question, though, is Fletcher in the right for doing this? And I don't mean objectively. I mean, to the vast majority of people, this type of relationship is almost completely abusive and unacceptable. But what I mean is, did these means meet Fletcher's and ultimately Neiman's desired outcome? And to that I say, yes. Neiman takes on more and more of Fletcher's personality and ego until we get to Neiman straight up embodying Fletcher's theme.
I'd rather die drunk, broke at 34 and have people at a dinner table talk about me than live to be rich and sober at 90 and nobody remember who I was.
This is the turning point for Andrew when he has doubled down on being the next Charlie Parker. He thinks he's ready for whatever Fletcher throws at him. He's addicted to that goal now. From here, he breaks up with his girlfriend to practice more. Listen to the way he's so callous.
And really, I'm just going to start to resent you for even asking me to stop drumming.
The editor doesn't actually show Neiman on screen at this point because we know that this is no longer the Neiman that we knew. Even when confronted with the path he could go down.
Sean died yesterday.
He charges right ahead, calling back to what he said at the dinner table. Once Fletcher drives Neiman to his breaking point, for a brief second Neiman has doubts. His father becomes the voice of reason in a haze of blackness that Fletcher has embodied. This scene of Neiman walking around and eating a pizza is the purest and clearest we see of Andrew, even if it is just for a brief second. But like I said before, he's an addict, and when his drug of choice shows back up in his life, he can't resist. Now, it wouldn't be Fletcher without one last abusive twist of the knife by embarrassing Neiman on stage in front of hundreds of jazz elites. This is Neiman's final test, and he almost fails. Then something happens. Neiman tries, and ultimately, if you've seen the almost 20-minute scene, he succeeds, and we roll credits. But wait, is Fletcher right for what he did? After all, this is what Neiman wanted. It was his choice to get back on that stage and prove to Fletcher, not his father who he left in the dust, that he not only can be, but is the next Charlie Parker. So is Fletcher right for this? Morally, probably not, but you have to admit his methods make results. The overall message to this movie is saying that to be the next Charlie Parker, to be great at what you do, you must sacrifice that which would fulfill you in other ways. But it's painted in a bad light, in contrast to another one of Chazelle's films, La La Land. This almost same result is painted in a good light. I say this because I originally interpreted this shot as Neiman finally proving to his father and everyone around him that this is what he was meant to be, and that it was good to go through what he went through. A means to an end, like Fletcher was trying to get across. And I guess that's what makes this movie so good. It made the villain